10x leverage. The beauty of this particular tool and this particular game is that I can do something similar, right? I can say, I like the 15x leverage, but I'm going to put 5,000 behind it, 10,000 behind it. And I can kind of evaluate what that will do, right? So let's just say I want to do 5,000, and I'm looking at, what do we say? I'm looking at 56.1-ish. Then I can type that in, 56.135, and then I can type in my current limit order, 57.988. And then I can kind of see, like, what do I stand to make? Okay, that's obviously not right? So we have to remember that the amount that they want to see is actually 5,000, which I was intending as my actual margin, bringing 5,000 real dollars to the table. But they want to see it times the 15, right? So they want to see it with the leverage. So this would be a $75,000 position. So this is a great example of where you could literally look at it and you could say, I'm playing a game where I'm taking $5,000 and I'm going to set my stop loss at a certain place. I'm going to set my take profit at a certain place, and I'm going to play a game where my goal, ideally, is it goes down to that particular pressure line, and I clean up and I make my 2,400 bucks, and that's a nice day for me. That requires, it says right here, $5,000 in margin, and then you're essentially playing a $75,000 position, right? So that's kind of a game that you can play every day, and if you're good, then these are your percentages, and these are your screenshots you get to share, and it doesn't look, any different. We've seen people post 300%, 400%, but they're not always getting $2,400, What really matters to you in your mind should definitely be your own real P&L and the absolute value that you walk away with in real dollars. So this tempo would be, for a person that finds this success 3 times a week, they literally take the 24 times 3 times 4, and that's an extra $28,800 a month that this person is making, right? So it's totally possible. Now, should they consider that they will lose along the way, even if they, on average, were able to find this success 3 times each week as an average of their wins and losses? Yes, you still can make, that $30,000 every month by playing this game, right? So could you play it at an even higher level? Yes. At the end of the day, this is technically a $5,000 margin game, right? So you could actually make it a $10,000 margin game if that's where you want it to be, right? $10,000 margin game would be a game where you're kind of looking to create $4,793 probably intraday. You could do that a few times a week. If you're successful, that's your ROI. If you fail, something to consider, and normally there's a nice calculator for stop losses as well. But in either case, if you fail, you have to consider that you would lose maybe like 5% of that, right? So 4,800 times 0.05, let's just say. 48, I believe we were at 4,800 times 0.05. So you're maybe looking at, playing a game where that's your goal to create, 4,800. And if you're playing with just 10-to-1 asymmetry, then you're kind of playing a game where, you're comfortable going upside down a few $100, right? 400 bucks. And if you lose it, you're okay with that, right? That is the psychology of money required to play that game. That is the money velocity required to play that game. So that's mostly what I kind of wanted to share in this demo.